So what is up, YouTube? This dude, I watched the video, he said he's a tint hacker, and all he's using is this, an ID, which I have right down here, an ID, a spray, and he said to use a hair dryer, but we don't need to use a hair dryer. I'm gonna show you. You don't need to use a hair dryer. I'm calling you out right now. You'll be tagged down in the description if you want to go check out his channel. So to give you guys a little information, this video is not going to be cut. I think his name is Ralph Van Pelt. He didn't cut anything in his video, so I'm not going to cut a single part. I'm going to leave it all just original, all just from scratch. His car is not turning on, so I'm going to have to give him a jump, but I did it. I did it.
Dickhead, stop the video.
Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is clean it down. Right, you told me to, and spray. So this is literally a paper towel that came in an AutoZone kit. So I'm not going to unfold it all the way. I probably should. I'm not going to. Should you see all that? Holy shit. I probably should have unraveled the entire thing, but I'll use the other side. I would probably only need to wipe this window down once. Got all that done. Entire bottom, entire corner. Now it's time to actually tint this window. So the outside I never really cleaned. I know other people do, like other tinters. I probably should, but this is also AutoZone tint, so I'm not really worried about it. Alright, so first thing I do is shut the door. We'll spray the entire window down. There's not a lot in this bottle, so I gotta kind of be careful with it. Open the tint. Pour it out a little farther. Like the bar's right here, so put it out here. This is how I do it. I actually did that. Oh, it's like a tint, so I'm gonna put it like that. Right on the way out. Now, after, you can do this after. I usually do it after. I don't know why I'm doing it right now, but I leave a little bit of slack inside and I size it up with the bottom of the window. You take the razor blade that I was told I had to use. Always start cutting the tint in the middle. If you try and cut at the bottom, you might get a weird cut. But then you go straight up. There you go, just like that. Now, if you do have extra tint, you're doing another window, you can move this. And just throw the tint on the inside so it doesn't get ruined. Another thing, I'm outside, I'm not in the garage doing this, so I gotta deal with the weather. But let's start the cut. So size it the way you want it. Obviously, you need to pick this up, move it. I never really squeegee the front window out, like how I seen in the video, but I guess you can if you want to. Make sure this is directly on the bottom. It doesn't really matter because either way you're gonna be moving it down a little bit just so you can leave a little bit of gap at the top. That's what I do at least. So I'm gonna start over here. You kind of pinch the corner. I've seen this in one of the videos. You get as close as you can, right into it, and go straight down the middle again, all the way down. Same thing, going up though. Start from the same marking, go straight up. Now it might not look the best, but this, again, AutoZone tint. And then every single time you do peel it, you don't want to pull straight up, you want to pull away so it rips away. So hold it right here, peel away, perfect. And then I'm gonna take a little tip I seen earlier in the video, move it over a little bit. That should be enough. Move it like that. Same thing, eye it out, level it. And then same exact process, middle, cut right into, go all the way down. Same thing up top. So you might feel little things catch. You just stop for a second and then try and go back at it. Same exact process, hold right here, pull away. All right, now, since I pulled away, shift it. See, it overlaps each side, so that's gonna make it easier for the windows to actually connect on each side. You can tuck it in. If it's too much, when you get inside, you can obviously trim it if you need to. It's gonna be a little hard to trim it back, so hopefully I did it perfect. And then now I'm gonna crack this window for you, and we'll be right back. So Now we got the window cack. You don't have to cack it crazy, just enough to show like the inside of the car. This is 5% tint. I know a lot of people do 20, and this is also AutoZone 5, so it's not gonna stay 5 forever. But you hold the tint out like this, you find your spot, and make sure you always cut a little bit above, just so you don't cut into the tint that's actually on the window. And then you kind of angle it and glide the knife right across, or the blade at this point. Once you glide it all the way, get to the end, stop there if you want. Take a little bit. If you're good at eyeballing, just slit it. And then if you do need to trim it, obviously you can, but I don't think I will. And then same exact process, go all the way down, right into the end. This I can just, since I'm gonna cut that anyway, I can just run it straight off. So again, this is a bigger roll, so I'll show you. Pull straight up. And then obviously you have these little nudges in the corners. You shift the tint over. And if you have a steady hand, it's a lot easier. Over time you get better at it. Just hold it. And then you want to cut straight up. A lot of people like to round their tint. I don't see why, because the window, either way, is kind of like not rounded out. Some windows are, some windows aren't, so. And you just basically do a little trim job. It's a little harder with this because it's not actual tint knife, but you basically get the concept, you just trim it. This dude actually gave it a good challenge. I thought it was gonna be a lot easier, but trimming with this is not. Same thing with this one. Pull it, slide it. The only thing that sucks about that applicant is it dries up fast, so you kind of gotta work with what you got. My hands are freezing right now. So there you go, that's off, and that window's good. So now it's just a peeling process. I'm gonna start that in a minute. So I know a lot of people, they spray and then they get it. For me, it's easier to use the actual razor, but now I'm using a blade. I don't know how much easier it's gonna be. You kind of just use the corner, don't push too hard. You'll feel it catch, and you'll see a little bit. I probably can't show you right now, but I'll show you in another video because I'll actually have my razor. But even if it doesn't catch at the top, it don't matter. You just find a point anywhere on the window. And for me, this is like the hardest part. So if anybody has like any tips on how to do this easier, I'd be banging. But yeah, this shit's pain in the ass, man. Oh my god. You need one piece to catch. Up. I'm shaving it. Do I have a piece? I got a piece. I'm in. Alright, bang. So, once you get this off, turn the razor, pinch it right there. Then you grab the corner, pull it down a little bit, hold it so it doesn't come back up, and take the spray, and you just spray it. Same thing. Now, AutoZone tint's more like static, so you kind of have to touch where you sprayed. It won't mess up the tint. I don't think so, at least, but I do this all the time, and I haven't had any bad results. So then, obviously, spray it, hold right here. The corners are the hardest parts, honestly, because they stick a lot. Sorry, my grandma called me. So, I go inside, soak the entire thing. I soak it a lot just because it makes it easier for the tint to slide. And there's a method you can use, like if there's wind and stuff, like there's wind right now, but not crazy. So you basically soak the entire thing, you peel half that coat that I peeled, peel it half back, spray it, lay it, peel the other side, spray it, lay it, bring it around. And when you go to put it on the window, when you already got it inside the car, you peel it, slap it on, angle it the way you want, just peel the rest. But this is a lot easier. So I reach over the window, and I grab it like this, get right in front real quick. So I'm gonna respray these corners because the corners stick a lot. So what I do is I reach over the car, kind of try and use your nail to catch it, and then you grab both corners like this, peel it up ever so slowly. So if the wind does blow, you kind of got a little bit of room to work with. So now you come on this side, and you put it just like that. And you slide it wherever you want it. So I kind of want it in that corner. So I'll slide it up a little bit more. I'm doing this tint like right on the window line. So that's like a little challenging for some people. And all the time you can always fold the tint back, tuck it in. Sometimes it'll catch a little bit, but once you get the hang of it, it won't really catch for you. And you always gotta remember, you always have room on the other side too. This side's easier. So say I peel this back, and I wanna tuck this. Once the window's all the way up too, that helps. So after I roll it all the way up, you'll see that I gotta squeeze the top out first. But right now we're just getting it positioned the way we want it. Just like that. If this is still crinkled and you don't wanna risk creasing it, keep tucking the other side, keep pulling it in more. You'll see that it'll click at a certain point to where you can't pull it anymore. Doesn't matter. I mean, once you actually get the tint on there, you'll be good. But this is just like a different type of method. I've never tried it before. I'm gonna peel this up because I see it's not clicking there. There we go. So let me grab my ID. You always want to start in the middle and push up. You'll get the top corners out. Once I get all this out, I should be able to seal the rest of the window the way I need to. But you can always peel this back, corner it, and you should use more spray, but I'm limited, so I'm going to use more spray actually. I need to spray the tint too, spray the window. Take this, and it slides right in. So works just like that. That wind is going to suck. So now the rest of the window, pretty even. Even when you get big marks like this, you can just push it up. Some tint will come back. Now this is done without a heat gun. A lot of times heat guns really do make a difference, but I just bought one the other night, so I'm gonna have to play with it, see how it works. So you kind of want to angle this. So when you angle it, it won't crease it because you're kind of just tucking it, you're pushing it. And then you get your top all squeegeed out, everything. Yes, I am using my ID. I'm gonna have to pull this out, do the same exact method. Tuck it, up, spray first, actually, before I tuck it. So preferably, if it doesn't slide, use as much spray as you need. I'm just gonna give you that tip right now. If it doesn't slide, use as much spray as you think you need. Because 9 times out of 10, you need it. So I might actually have to trim this corner, but yeah, I'm gonna have to trim it. Let me push this all the way. I might not. If I can angle that in, yeah, I can angle that. So there you go, angled, perfect. So you get your tint in there. All the little stuff you just push out. I should be holding this, I'm going to hold this. All right, so I kind of stopped because I didn't realize my phone died. So now, all you basically do is push all this water out. You can always go back if there's more bubbles, but for right now, push all them out. These corners, so I watched the one dude do it. I think I'm just gonna try and cut it. But actually, no, I'm gonna try how he does it because I watched a lot of videos last night and I got like a good feeling about it. So pick this up, you like push the corner. All right, let me grab this. So what the dude did, I forget whose video I was watching, but picked it up, right all along here. Keep dropping it. So you get these corners out a little bit. Then apparently you just push it right in. So it should slide right in. Apparently it's not working. There it is, all right. So we're gonna slide it right in the bottom. the dude on YouTube said it'll work. So let me grab my ID. I gotta use it. Kind of pull this little liner back. So yes, use as much water as you need. I recommend it because you don't want any creases in your tint. Creases are, if you're a starter, it shouldn't really matter, but. So pull this back and push it down. There you go. And you pull this side back. Oh, should use this to pull it back. Let me fold this first. Get this folded a little bit. Just like that. Push this in. And then you start working it in. So it's a little weird because I've never really done this before. So this method's like kind of just new to me. I'm gonna try it though because if I'm doing a tint video, I might as well try new things, right? I'm gonna push this all in. They do say you'll have a little bit of an angle like this, but it should go right in. And obviously it's like not working. So let me see if I can start with this side maybe. It should just go right in. Nah, it don't matter, I'll just do my normal way. But it looks like it's going, just not the way I want it to. I can just pick it up. Obviously you soaked it, so you can just pick it up, slide it back, right there. Try really hard not to crease it. Just try and get as much as you can picked up. And then it should just fall right into place, the video said, but let's see. So don't hate me because this is a new method. And I kind of bought like a lot of tint, so. Let's see. Oh wait, I can probably slide that back in a little bit. Should work just like that. All right, now I got that in. Now we can slide. There we go. See? Once you kind of figure everything out, it makes it a little easier. This isn't a perfect window, I'm gonna be honest with you. But now, get back to it, squeegee it. As I said in the beginning, no heat gun, so it seems like it's gonna be a little harder. And no normal squeegee. That takes part in it too. Now what I like to do, since sometimes you can't see all the bubbles in it, you kind of just want to take water, and since I have a tail for this one, I'm going to take water, spray it a little bit, go on the other side. I'm not going to wipe that down yet, but spray it a little bit. Take the tail, go like this. Start wiping it down. When it starts to dry, you'll be able to tell where this is. Yeah. My ID got stuck. All right. So one thing about bubbles is, if you push it to the side, it should come out. Sometimes, like especially without a heat gun, since I do this a lot, you kind of just gotta play with it. And it takes a little longer than it would with the heat gun, but don't matter. It will just eventually just come right out. Even if you have to try and push it to one side, like this. Keep going until that bottom comes out. Again, push down until you have to get all these out. Solid. person. Now that is one window done. Obviously gotta get the little stuff out, like right in this corner, which I'm gonna do right now. Back out, you kind of angle it, push it down, angle it, push it, and then eventually this big bubble will come out, which you'll see in a minute because all that water is pushing down. So that bubble should come out. There's gonna be a couple bubbles I'm gonna have to get out over time, but there you go. This is what the stuff I'm working with. And usually I basically use the same stuff anyway, but just for future reference, stuff like this, I literally reach my hand over, pull it up, got that one out. This is all the outside, so there you go. Perfect tint window. And that's how you do it. I'm gonna get that out later, but that is it for this video. See, I told you I could do it, so make sure you follow me, shout me out.